it's good. start on time, Neil, you know that.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome both teams to the big Sydney Olympic Football Club and Mount Druitt Town Rangers.
Round 24 concludes here tonight at Belmore Sports Ground in what is a huge game for two teams that are playing for very different things, but make no mistake about it, 3 points is certainly what they're in need of here today. It's Sydney Olympic hosting the Mount Druitt Town Rangers here at Belmore Sports Ground live on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. My name is Will Constantinides and a pleasure to be here for this all-important game for both the finals and the relegation race. Sydney Olympic, of course, will get straight into the team. You're starting first with Labano Halidi's side off a 1-1 draw against the Mariners, in which they had a lot of chances but were ultimately unable to walk away from the coast with 3 points. But great news for them is that Sydney United have dropped points in their earlier game today, drawing after being 2 goals up to nil against Apia Leichhardt, which means Sydney Olympic, with a win today, would jump into the top 6. So let's take you through Labano Halidi's lineup. In goal, number 1, Jack Gibson. Number 5, Ziggy Gordon. Number 9, Cyrus Demi. Number 10, Jack Armson. Number 11, Adam Parkhouse. Number 12, Zach Zoricic. Number 14, Seth Clark. Number 18, who scored last week from the spot, Teng Kuol. Number 19, the mid-season inclusion, who's really lit a spark into this lineup, Ryan Fuchs. Number 22 is Dylan Ruiz-Diaz. Number 28, rounding out the 11, is Samuel Bosniak. Well, as for Mount Druitt, they're tasked to avoid the drop. Hasn't gotten any easier with the results of the weekend. Mariners coming back to win, combined with Western Sydney Wanderers getting a win in the Junior Sydney Derby on Friday night, leaves Mount Druitt 3 points adrift at the bottom of the table in that automatic relegation spot. They are 5 losses in a row coming into this one, and they have it all to do today. Certainly underdogs, but with all on the line for both teams, expect this to be a really intense affair. As for the starting 11, it goes like this. In goal is number 1, Dylan Niski. Number 2 is Alex Trojanovsky. Number 3, the new inclusion, Danilo Montero. Number 6 is Jared Massarola. Number 10, Yuto Morita. Number 12, Rocco Pelle. Number 15, Caleb Jackson Brown. Number 14, returning to his former side, is Abraham Majok. Number 17 is Steven Stanic Floody. Number 29, Yuto Kimura. And number 99 is Belcardi. And so with all that out of the way, all that remains is kickoff, and we are off and running here at Belmore Sports Ground. A rare Sunday 5 p.m. kickoff for your NPL fix. The last game of the round, and with the benefit of seeing the previous results of the day, it makes this one all the more important. They met earlier in the season. It was Olympic who came away 4-0 dominant winners, and Olympic have that capacity to really blow away sides, but it's just been about matching the consistency as Morita can't quite get on the end of that long ball forward. Here's Gibson, who was called into action a couple of times last week against the Mariners, but the big story of the game was the missed chances that Olympic had earlier in the first half. As Armstrong tried that cheeky pass around the corner, instead it'll fall back to Ziggy Gordon, and expect Olympic to have a lot of the ball today. Well controlled by Montero. Towering central defender, the Portuguese number 3, signed from... It's had a wild journey, has Montero. Has played for a series of clubs in second tier of Portugal, and that's what they really needed. The Rangers, a side that concedes quite a lot of goals. See the second most in the competition behind the Mariners coming into today's game. Meanwhile, Cyrus Demi is looking to pounce on an error here, and he's got on the other side of Rocco Pelle. Demi looking for an option centrally, and Pelle did well to recover and sat up kindly for Dylan Niski. That is the danger that Cyrus Demi poses such a threat, bursting behind defences. Zoricic does well to win the throw in for this side out there. Kimura the sideline. Now it's Tenquol under heavy pressure. Foul committed. He was just shoved in the back ever so slightly by Caleb Jackson Brown. And keep going once more. Sydney Olympic. The key will be, from the Olympic perspective, is taking control of this game early, not letting it become like certain games they've played this season where they've dominated, they've looked strong, but because they haven't been able to put goals away early, they've found avenues for other teams to get back into the game. And a great side, Sydney Olympic. Meanwhile, Majok coming up against his former side. A good crowd here at Belmore Sports Ground, slowly getting through. There's a free barbecue on today, which has attracted some fans. Meanwhile, there's a heavy dispute about which way the throw-in is going. It'll stay with Parkhouse and the hosts. Belcardi nods forward. Jock using his height to win the ball on the bounce. It'll hang up for Ziggy Gordon, who plays a bit of aerial ping-pong back up to Armson, looking for that early pass to Cyrus Demi. They eventually found Demi here, and he's just left the ball behind for Majok. Now the Rangers can think about bursting forward. Trojanovsky central. He's found Morita in a good bit of space. Now he looks to turn. Gordon is at full stretch, and coming across to help out his central defender was Zach Zoricic. Meanwhile, Majok has won back possession in the attacking third, and more good defending by way of Zach Zoricic before he's turned it over. Majok inside the area for Belcardi, just couldn't control it. The Rangers here looking for something as they swung it wide to Stanic Floody. Lofted ball up at hangs for Majok. He comes down with it, but unable to get a clean look at goal. And Luis Diaz and Olympic can play their way forward, and this is where they like to play, with Demi on the counter. And he's just shoved. Rocco Pelle there. Not too many complaints from the Olympic number 9, but as we expected, both teams are looking to go quick in transition. It's real strength of Olympics with Parkhouse and Cyrus Demi, part of this front three that can go forward quickly. Parkhouse is actually playing as more of a left back today. Ruiz Diaz at the left wing with Fuchs on the right, and then Seth Clark operating as he has been just behind Cyrus Demi. All the form guides suggest that Olympics should take this one, but the NPL has been such a tight competition this year. You only have to look at this weekend's results to see the upsets that we've had. Trajanovski has done well to play Jackson Brown, and just the start that the Rangers were after. Caleb Jackson Brown turning and firing into the bottom corner. And one shot is all the Rangers needed to take the lead. A well-taken goal by Caleb Jackson Brown. A lovely first touch to set it up for the second. And there was nothing that Jack Gibson could do to reach that. And now how this game might swing on that early goal from the Rangers.
By number 15, Caleb Jackson Brown.
For a side that have really struggled to find the back of the net this season, the Rangers, a goal like that will give them so much confidence. It's just their 17th goal of the season through 24 games, but a massive goal. And now it's all about locking down defensively, maybe adding more. Olympic did start these first couple of minutes quite well, but as has been the case at times, the defence has given in here. Caleb Jackson Brown just got forward so well. Trajanovski as well was instrumental to that move, and Jackson Brown, that's a real collector's item, that goal. Olympic looking to respond quickly. Demi is the option in behind, and he's just well marshalled there by Pele and Montero. Both had him covered front and back. And now Druitt on the live ladder just puts them level on points, behind on goal difference with the Western Sydney Wanderers. You have to worry about defending here as Tank Quall has picked up the ball on the edge of the area. Advantage is played. Parkhouse is the beneficiary. Rides the initial challenge. Parkhouse hanging it up, looking for Demi. And he was looking for that top left corner as well, was Cyrus Demi. Hung up well by Parkhouse. He had a similar opportunity like that one against the Mariners. They've been finding him in the air over the last couple of weeks. Have Olympic with Cyrus Demi. Now Olympic might look to go again here. It's with Demi. Ruiz Diaz has to hit the target. He's been taken wide by Niski. Now he looks to cut it back. Stopped on the goal line. And Mount Druitt are able to scramble away after some solid defensive work by Rocco Pele. It has been an open and fast start to proceedings here in Belmore. Mount Druitt have to be alert to this corner here. Olympic, something from the training ground. Seth Clark looking for that ball. Cyrus Demi was there. It's gone through everyone as well. And that is a pinpoint delivery by Seth Clark, who was just begging for someone to get on the end of it. And the last time that these two teams played at Belmore, we had a 6-goal thriller. 3-3 draw back in 2023. It's been an open start to the game here. We've had some high-scoring games across the round. I mean, you only left to look at the 4-2 the Mariners were able to pull off today, and then even more significantly, the 6-3 that Spirit put on Rockdale in one of the results of the season, which has put the Spirit top of the table. Ruiz Diaz has overhit that one out to the far side. For Olympic, I mean, they haven't lost to the Rangers in their last 5 meetings, which stretches back to 2022. Enjoy a good record against their opponents, but it looks like it's potentially in jeopardy. 2023 season, drew both games. Zoričić has the license to roam forward. Didn't like what he had ahead of him, so he'll hold up things and wait for some support. Out on the far side, and Olympic will look for this throw. As mentioned, real need of this win. A loss here today would put them 2 points behind United and drop points. The Rangers have their eyes on a second, and Tank Qual with some lovely defensive recovery. Now he's linked up with Demi. An advantage is forthcoming. Ruiz Diaz sliding it wide for Demi. The flag has stayed down for him. Parkhouse. Now they'll recycle again. Olympic opting for a more patient approach in possession. To just knock it around and keep things in control, but finding themselves down on the scoreboard, they'll look to be proactive. Great turn by Fuchs. It's for Seth Clark to provide a short option. Here is Clark, away from a couple of defenders. Now looking for Demi. Great defending by Rocco Pelle at full stretch, and he had to get his angles right there as well, at risk of nodding it into his own net. Floated up nice and easy for Dylan Niski. As Gordon does for his keeper, Jack Gibson. There's Bosniak. Just be careful. Mount Druitt Rangers all around him, and his Qual has found Zoričić. To get the other side of Kimura. Asking a bit too much of Parkhouse there, who has plenty of pace, but not quite enough to reach that one. And Jackson Brown. And Jock. There's something in the box. The boot of Parkhouse. And the Rangers will get a throw. No doubt, lots of eyes on this game. Likes of Sutherland, Western Sydney. And the Mariners all keeping tabs on Mount Druitt. United and maybe Blacktown looking over their shoulder at Olympic, cries of handball, waved away. Olympic can't get out of their own area. Just have them pinned back temporarily. Rajanovski. Just found the spare man out, which is Montero. Drive forward into the space, trying to link up with Kimura. Despite Gibson's best attempts, he can't prevent the corner. So first quarter of the game, or second quarter of the game, goes the way of Mount Druitt. They're first of the afternoon. Around Gibson, that's where the numbers are. They look near post. Well defended by Demi. Niski. To see what he has ahead of him. Jock can't get past his former teammate, Parkhouse. Jackson Brown's third goal of the season. It has him in front. His last was Blacktown City a few rounds ago. It's his former side, no less. Part of the squad was Jackson Brown. Lee got his NPL experience. Montero again, nice and easy, back to Niski. Montero has a long list of clubs he's played for. He's not new to Australia, he's played for Geelong Soccer Club down in Victoria, and a whole host of clubs in the Portuguese second tier. Pressing Parkhouse, who's one inside a handy throw here. Through a tight corner. Seth Clark is there to take it off him before launching one up to an isolated Demi. He tried to link up with Fuchs. Now they'll attempt to switch, whereas Diaz is under heavy pressure and he's forced to lash at a wayward pass, and he was pressured because he was fouled. Masarola's best protests, it was strong and it was late. Parkhouse wants to go quickly and they do play. Fuchs. Clark is tripped up and a foul going against Mount Druitt. Their bench wasn't happy about it, but again, it was a late clip on the way through. The lights full and well and truly on here at Belmore. Great afternoon for football. Nice picturesque scene here at Belmore Sports Ground. Lovely so far if you're a Mount Druitt fan, not so much if you're an Olympic fan. If any side can fire a few goals at Sydney Olympic, they have that firepower in them. And just hold them out through 17 minutes. Armson, good ball towards the back post. Niski comes, he got fingertips to it. There's a man offside somewhere in there, and now Niski's on the deck. This will attract some attention from the physios. Stefan Giglio is the backup keeper. He's been on every team sheet so far, has Giglio. Hasn't started. Started a few games in the 20s. It looks like he's all right to continue. So far, Mount Druitt looking very solid. These opening 20 minutes or so. Held out Olympic defensively and have taken their one big chance when it came. That's often the blueprint for surviving relegation, and well, a win would put them right back in the mix to get out of the drop zone. It really is a game of margins, especially as of late with the Mariners and Wanderers starting to pick up points, more so the Mariners. A favourable run of home fixtures to end the season. Card is stepping in, and there's one from Mount Druitt. They get in their own way temporarily, the Rangers. Wild challenge by Stanic Floody again. A couple of fouls creeping into the contest from the Rangers. Kimura Gordon got there ahead of him. Fuchs, has he stayed on side here? Montero has him on his back. Montero finds safety in the sideline. Long throw, it's done well there to find Tank Qual. Marita. Gordon. Belcardi. Aerial ping pong. Parkhouse is there as well. Clark. The pass forward to Fuchs. He could hit them. Miski saw it and let it go wide, but positive signs from the hosts. Starting to get into the attacking third with a bit more regularity. Jock and Bosniak bottom battling for the ball. Nassarola. Qual heads it forward. Demi is trying to get there. Now it's with Majock and Tim Qual. And off is Dylan Ruiz-Diaz coming back from an offside position. Pella, former Manly man, lumps it up forward. Jock tried to come for it, but it's only Qual that came down. Demi, good touch, hits the feet. Ruiz-Diaz knows there was a spare man out there. It's Ryan Fuchs. Now Olympic charging numbers forward in search of this equaliser. Very good pass, easily taken by Trajanovski. Now he's under threat from Parkhouse, goes to ground, no foul coming, and well, with Trajanovski on the ball, advantage is played, it's still with Olympic. Parkhouse. Ruiz-Diaz. Again, it's Nassarola who's doing well to just break things up in the middle. Him and Bilal Belcardi will be very busy, you'd think. Jackson Brown playing a slightly more advanced role. Jock has been battling in the air so far. Trajanovski with the opportunity to march things a little further forward. Levy trying to play ball boy there temporarily. Demi is being pulled back, and Pella is not going to walk away from this unscathed. He's going to pick up the first booking of the afternoon. And I don't think there's too many complaints there. A textbook professional foul by the Mount Druitt central defender. As we tick over past the halfway point of this first period, it's the Rangers who have the lead, courtesy of Caleb Jackson Brown's third goal of the season in the 6th minute. The Rangers, it's been some time since they picked up a clean sheet. It was 5 games without one. It was also in their win. Thompson dinks it over the top, intended for Qual. But back into the second ball, and can't with Casarola. Slides it wide for Montero. Kimura rolls out. That last win was a 1-0 win at home for the Rangers against Manly, with Celia getting on the score sheet. That was at home. It's been some time since their last away win back in March against Sydney FC. No record. The season has been difficult as offside flag is immediately up. Decides to go long. Demi is there. Elcardi has forced him all the way back here, and the Rangers have pinched it in midfield. Elcardi can go forward. Good touches. Rangers look to go and teeing it up. They've got another, the Rangers. They're in dreamland, and Kimura sliding across to get there. The perfect start. 2 chances on goal. And it's 2 goals to the good for the Mount Druitt Town Rangers. It's a fantastic work. Initially by Stanage Floddy. And Jackson Brown involved again as usual, and the tee-up was perfect. Couldn't have put it in a better position for Yuta Kimura, the mid-season signing.
Goal of the Mount Druitt Town Rangers, scored by number 29, Yuta Kimura.
Just his 4th appearance of the season, his first goal in Rangers colours. This could not have gone any better for the Mount Druitt Town Rangers right now. Conversely, on the other end, it is a nightmare for Sydney Olympic. Jackson Brown with a great assist, teeing it up perfectly for Kimura. A goal and an assist now. Oh, that's gone over Niski. Geez, that could have been very dangerous had that been on target. And now Niski is imploring with the referee that he didn't touch it, but it certainly would have been close. Rangers are lucky that it wasn't on target. That would have jumped over the head of Niski and been an unlikely goal for Olympic. Now Druitt showing there is plenty of life in this relegation fight. Armson near post. Niski takes it. And stopped. Another corner going against his side, but Mount Druitt were bottom of the ladder coming into this. 3 points down, as mentioned, with the Mariners and the Wanderers starting to really pick up points, and they were in danger of getting left behind, and now they could be looking at a third here. Jackson Brown has Majock looking to score against his former side. Majock, unselfishly, now he tries a second go before Tanquola just puts it out over the sideline, but the Rangers right now are proving to be red hot. This is some of the best football they've played all season. In a crucial game. With just 5 to go after this one. 6 to go rather. Every game is absolutely crucial. Trajanovski. Clark. Gets away from his man. Demi is the only man forward. In support is Fuchs. Great challenge going to ground was Kimura. It's still with Demi. They just seem to have all the answers right now, the Mount Druitt Town Rangers, whatever Olympic throw at them in attack, they are well set defensively. Along the sideline. Play goes on here for Olympic. Ruiz Diaz has a pop straight down the throat of Niski. Need to convert a mid-season switch previously of Kangaroo FC. Now Olympic are on the march here. Feuds to cut inside, still with Feuds, can put this away, blocked again by Montero. More good defence from the Mount Druitt Town Rangers. Still here with Morita and Gordon, got in the way of that pass to Jackson Brown, but as mentioned, Kangaroo FC, that's in Mongolia, Mongolian first tier. Kimura, so he's well travelled now at Mount Druitt. Good link-up play with Clark. As Trajanovski on him, off the post from Clark, was inches away from cutting the deficit in half. It has been a fantastic game so far. Very open, good football. Rangers certainly loving it. 2 good chances, 2 good goals. 2 good team goals, more importantly. And 15 to go in this first half. Montero back to his keeper. Niski takes no chances. Hold up so slightly for Morita, who is beaten to it by Gordon. Now Majok goes in strongly on Qual, getting away from a couple of defenders. Feuds get to this one ahead of the sideline. Feuds back post. It's over all the Rangers defenders. Ruiz Diaz. That's 2 in front. Now he looks, and well, disappointing end to that attack from an Olympic perspective.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we approach our time, don't forget there's a free barbecue tonight. Please enter the front of the match stand.
Just a bit confusion as to whether that was a goal kick or a throw-in. It's going to be a throw with Trajanovski.
So thank you for them for supplying the food tonight and all our
Thank you for that killer pass to Demi. It was blocked by Montero, who is having a solid game. He's not happy with some of the contact going against him. You can see he's motioning towards the referee, feeling that there was an arm left spare by Cyrus Demi. Zoricic. Stand corrected on that stat regarding Mount Druitt's win. Their last win against Olympic was back in 2021. None other than Jack Stewart getting on the score sheet on that day when he was at the Rangers before making the switch to Apia. Coincidentally, that last Rangers win against Olympic was right here at Belmore. Joining us late, having seen the scores, it was Jackson Brown in the 6th minute before he would then tee up Yuta Kimura just a few moments ago. It has the Rangers in front right now. Cardi doing it well. The Rangers can't keep it. Demi can turn. Has Fuchs on the other side, but the numbers favour the Rangers. And they start to get back with Fuchs. Beats his first and beats the second. Still with Fuchs and Fuchs. Still with Fuchs. He can put a strike on. Cleared away by Trajanovski. Has to clear it off the line. And again, the Rangers scramble away. Parkhouse. Olympic aren't done yet. In it goes. Cyrus Demi. Good save by Niski. And well, Ryan Fuchs had the Rangers defence guessing. He beat 1, 2, then 3. And then looked to get the strike away a couple of times, but just at the vital moment, the Rangers threw bodies at him, and then the tight range effort, Trajanovski getting back on the line to clear it away, and may well have worn the effects of some of that chaos in the box. So this will serve as an impromptu timeout for both teams, really. The Rangers need to be wary that with just one goal, Olympic will have all the momentum behind them at home. The key message for the Rangers will be just to get to this half-time with the 2-goal lead intact. Then they can reassess and see how they go. Fuchs has looked very dangerous, looking for Demi. Can't get his foot around it. Parkhouse, Trajanovski is right behind him, off the sideline. Ruiz Diaz, Zorotic, Olympic have committed plenty forward here. Montero gets it all wrong with the clearance, hanging it up. Oh, Fuchs was in with a shout there as well, but I think that swerve of the shanked clearance might have took it away from him. Belcardi was looking to find rather Majok, but just overhit the pass. He was in behind there. Armson. Belcardi has marshaled him well so far. Demi can't get past Pele, who is on a yellow card, of course. And the strong challenge was late from Armson. This poses more problems potentially for the Rangers. They have strengthened mid-season with some signings, but depth is still potentially an issue. Because he didn't receive physio attention, Rocco Pele will be all right to continue without going off the pitch. 7 minutes to go here at Belmore Sports Ground. It's a shocking result so far. We said it at the start. I mean, Olympic have only lost one of their last 8. Side comparatively, Rangers haven't won in 5 games. Sort of been a fixture that Olympic would certainly love to have, especially considering United dropped points earlier today. Ball goes in, Majok crane his neck to get to the ball, and meanwhile Trajanovski was in 2 minds about pressing forward. Recognised the Fuchs was behind him and just stayed at his post. And well delayed by Jackson Brown. Parkhouse. I wonder if they do potentially look at changing Parkhouse as well. Connor O'Toole is on the bench. So they could potentially look at putting Parkhouse further forward and dropping O'Toole into his current position at left back. I'd not be surprised if Laban O'Haley swings the changes at the halftime break with how things are looking. To Olympics' credit, they have had chances and they have been getting into the box. It's just that the Rangers have been putting in some real last-ditch, all-hands-to-the-pump type stuff inside their own area to stop the Rangers, stop Olympic from getting a good shot away. Kimura won't get there. Clark. Parkhouse. Fuchs. Trzaskowski himself is having a great game down this right-hand side. He's been very solid, as have both the Mount Druitt fullbacks, including, the back forward has just been a complete performance so far. Montero and Heller having a good game. Stanic Floody out on the far side as well. It's hard to think of a Mount Druitt player that isn't playing well at the moment. Parkhouse. Switch of play will find Zach Zoricic with plenty of room. Parkhouse. Clark. For that first time pass to catch the defence off guard, but Trzaskowski was wiser to it. Quick throw into Parkhouse. Only a few minutes left in the first. Trzaskowski. Well, before half-time would be welcome news for some Olympic fans here at Belmore. Get the corner here, a good chance. Low and driven. Oh, it's gone through everyone. Clark puts a shot up, and it was overall. And there were plenty of players flying through, but that's not the first time that the Rangers haven't cleared a cross or a corner at the first defender, which has given them a bit of trouble. Still, it stays with Olympic and Armson. A good ball in towards goal. Niski has to punch. Still with Fuchs, and it's taken off his toes just as he was looking to unleash. Played after the foul on Massarola from Demi, and now things are starting to heat up. Referee just has to keep a lid on proceedings here, and Cyrus Demi has shown a card for the foul, but the Rangers had players streaming forward there. The Rangers happy to just wait and survive to halftime with this lead intact. They're good value for the lead. It's not really been a smash and grab by any means. They've had good chances and they've taken them. Belcardi has gotten away from Armson. Could this be three? Just needed someone to tap it in at the back post. They would have had an open goal waiting for them. Rita, Kimura, they're all committed. Has come down with it cleanly. Gordon steps in. Demi. Fuchs is ahead of him. Demi decides to take it himself. Went down. Enough contact to warrant a foul. And to the final minute of regulation time, we should only have 1 or 2 minutes of extras here. Ball has stayed very much in play. Hasn't been too many major stoppages at all. Great fun for Niski when he went down. Markhouse. Olympic looking for something here. Ruiz Diaz, it wouldn't sit kindly for him. Clark. Zoricic. Tries to get around Stanic Floody, who just holds him up momentarily. Now the ball comes in. Cyrus Demi. Header can't hit the target. Looks like there'll be 2 minutes of time added on. We didn't see the board go up, but the PA system confirmed it, and I think the referees are just motioning towards both benches. That's how much we have to play. Clark is turning. Just showing the sideline by Belcardi. I think Trezanoski will be given the hurry up here. Down the line, Majok wins the first ball. Jackson Brown can't win the second. Clark. Speculative ball up to Demi. Bello takes no chances. Just got a run along the sideline there. Olympic rolling Markhouse. I think with that, and Mount Druitt perhaps killing a few more seconds off the clock. Looks like barring a late flurry forward by Olympic. The Rangers head into the halftime break with a 2-0 lead. Unless Cyrus Demi can have something to say about it, but Montero has been solid. Majok. Belcardi. They have the spare man on the left side, which is Stanic Floody if they could find it. He was shouting for the ball. They just couldn't turn through midfield. Ruiz Diaz. Gordon. Zoricic. Out over the sideline. Miscontrol there by Zach Zoricic in space, an unforced error. Stanic Floody. Morita. Gordon blocks his progress. This might be the last chance on the half for either team. We've gone past the minimum 2 minutes now. Mura. Armstrong winning it back. So he takes no chances, and Demi might get the opportunity here to chase this on Montero, and he's gotten there ahead of him before Montero recovers well and sends it out over the sideline. So half-time here at Belmore Sports Ground. The Rangers have come here and have put in a scoreline that many wouldn't have expected. Goals to Caleb Jackson Brown and mid-season signing. His first goal in Mount Druitt colours have the visitors in front in what is a crucial game for both the race to avoid relegation and the race to get into the top 6. I've been Will Constantinides. We'll see you back soon on the other side of this short break. Sit back, relax, and play for the second half. Second half of football here at Belmore Sports Ground. It's Mount Druitt Town Rangers that lead 2 goals to nil, courtesy of Caleb Jackson-Brown's third of the season and Yuta Kimura's first since joining mid-season. And as predicted, Labano Halidia swung the change as a double sub at half-time. Run you through that in just a moment. Meanwhile, preparations are underway for the second half, but there is a bit to do for Sydney Olympic, who are looking to get into the top 6, with Sydney United having dropped points. It opened a brief gap. If they win this game, go into the top 6, but that is looking unlikely now with how well the Rangers are playing. Still 45 minutes of football here to play, so plenty to do. Meanwhile, the changes have come through. It's Luca Pecora and Connor O'Toole that have come on. No surprises there. And it's pushed Adam Parkhouse further forward as predicted. Ruz Diaz and Zach Zoricic were the players to make way. Pecora, another one of these mid-season signings. The Rangers have a couple, Olympic have a couple as well. Pecora coming to Olympic via the Central Coast Mariners, previously of the Bulls Academy and the Western Sydney Wanderers, so he's been part of all 3 A-League academies. He's well-travelled, Luca Pecora. And now he comes into this big game with a real job to do. As for the rest of the subs for Sydney Olympic on the bench, they have Michael Vakis, the backup keeper, Monty Partington, Bailey Callahan and Josh Hong. Meanwhile, for the Rangers, they have Garang Awak, John Azar, backup keeper Stefan Giglio, Thomas Lopez, who has scored a 90th minute equaliser not too long ago, and then Will Rankin and Shaden Sampao. So we're underway here. All eyes on this one. It's the final game of the round. As the Rangers look to go forward. Big shouts for a penalty are waved away. And I think Jackson Brown went down there looking for something. There was a brief touch, but it didn't look like it was too significant in any case. But a third goal out of the break for the Rangers from the spot, or otherwise would have been a real blow. Massarola tries to shrug off Quall, and now he gets past him and has one inside a corner. The Rangers have come out swinging in the second 45, continuing the excellent work they did in the first. That'll please their interim coach Ben Rollison greatly, taking over from Andy Montgomery. Comes to delivery, it's flat, it's back post. Kimura is there, he's headed it forward, now Morita. Lofted ball, Majok was the target. And Majok will recover the ball under no real threat. The Rangers can reset here. Belcardi, still with Belcardi. Oh, good work by Tanquol. He's recovered the ball really well so far this afternoon, Tanquol, but just really struggled to find their rhythm in the final third of Sydney Olympic, and that's down to a lot of really good defensive work by the Rangers.
Substitution also for Mount Druitt Town Rangers at half time. Coming on number 21, William Rankin. Coming off 3-3.
We've had no confirmation of the sub. Will Rankin has come on meanwhile. We'll wait to see who exactly it was for. Parkhouse. Short with Pecora and Clark. Jackson Brown is pressuring him. Looks like the man off was Trajanovski. Of course, he did go down, so I wonder if that is injury related and they're just being a bit cautious with him. As mentioned, Rangers the deepest squad in the competition, so having their best 11 available is key, especially with a big run of games to go. Important touch by Majok. It's actually a straight 3-on-3 here for the Rangers. Jackson Brown has Majok left, Morita right. He's looking for that killer pass for Morita. It will eventually get to him, maybe not in the position the Rangers would have wanted it to. And his ranking can turn. Massarola between the lines for Belcardi, who leaves it. Morita. Rankin. Massarola. Blocked by Clark.
The player came off the ball, now Druitt now number 2.
Plenty of nervy faces around Belmore Sports Ground at the minute. Game really hanging in the balance on this next goal, if there is to be one. Morita has stayed over on that right-hand side. It's brought Jackson Brown and Majock centrally. Now here is Majock, has options to pick. Still Majock, and still well saved by Gibson. Olympic can think about the counter here with Parkhouse, but the Rangers do well just to stop that first ball forward. And done even better there, Mount Druitt Town, because they have the ball back. Belcardi. Solid from Stanich Floody. Majock is told to chase. And Bosniak is going to try and shepherd this out of play successfully. And there's a bit of afters between Majock and Bosniak there. And Majock has just been told on no uncertain terms by the referee to just keep it down a little bit. So that won't serve to benefit either team, really. Mount Druitt want to avoid any tensions or trouble, so just keep the game in the position it is right now. Meanwhile, Olympic just want to get the ball in play and play quickly and avoid too many stoppages and avoid Mount Druitt getting set in their defence. Parkhouse just kept it in on the sideline. Stanich Floody went in strong but didn't get it. Parkhouse, low driven cross, top of the box. Seth Clark was wide the moment it left his boot. Didn't seem to trouble anyone, but more positivity coming from Olympic. Bosniak. Demi does well in the air, was looking to link up with Fuchs, who had just dragged back his man. It's all about managing the game from the Rangers. It's been very rare that they found themselves in these sorts of positions, leading games. We'll have to see whether they can manage it out and get an all-important 3 points here. Ball, his header goes backwards. Morita will try and pressure Gordon. The pass to Gibson was shut down. Pecora had to go quickly with Belcardi circling, and they found Demi. Fuchs is open on the far side if they can get it to him. They have done so. Clark. Qual. Numbers here with Pecora. This is good football by Olympic, looking for the all-important first goal for them. Again, the Rangers' defence are standing tall. Parkhouse. Clark on the overlap. Clark shows his man a clean set. Now Parkhouse goes back post. Fuchs is there. Niski did enough to keep it out. And another test is answered by this Mount Druitt defence. Cardi, a bit of space. Majock can get forward, and now he has numbers joining him here. This is potentially good for all of the Rangers, but they just left it behind. At the vital moment, it was some good piece of work, but they just couldn't get it to go. And now they're not done pressing. Gordon. Pecora. We'll just roll away down to Niski, who will take some valuable seconds off the clock. Still very early. Best part of 35 minutes still to play here in Belmore. Parkhouse is dragged back by Montero, and he'll become the second Mount Druitt central defender to pick up a booking. He joins his partner Rocco Pelle. Now this is something to really think about for Ben Rollison and Mount Druitt staff. 2 central defenders now on bookings, with still half an hour plus extras to go. Will Rankin already used at the back. Lopez and Azar more further forward options. O'Toole. Clark around the corner for O'Toole. It's well played, but it's going to sit up kindly for Rankin. And it's going to be a head clash. And I think Rankin has come up worse for wear on that one. And there's no ill intent about it from Connor O'Toole. It was just an unfortunate bounce at an unfortunate time. Town Rangers can just reset here. Armson is dragged down by a couple of players. The advantage is played, and that's good for Olympic because they want to keep this Mount Druitt defence not in their set position. Pecora. Low and driven, Montero, that'll be easy for him, and another attack is coming to an end for Olympic, but this Rangers defence is just meeting everything at the moment. If Olympic do score, that might open things up, that might give them confidence, but the way the Rangers are defending right now, it's very hard to see how Olympic can get through. Pecora, good in the air, as was Massarola. Gordon. Cyrus Demi is scrambling across to get there, and he might still do so. Pele. Dangerous moment briefly for the Rangers, but they clear it up towards O'Toole. And now Demi can track it down. O'Toole. Parkhouse makes his move to the back post, and that's where he looks. Not cleared by Stanic Floody. Parkhouse has kept it in, much to the protests of the Mount Druitt subs behind our assistant referee. We can just keep moving the ball. No doubt seen majority off possession, but Mount Druitt are really set at the moment, and with a 2-0 lead, with plenty of confidence. Pecora, Parkhouse. This has been the regular pattern for Olympic. They've been able to move the ball, but now they're looking for penetration between the lines. Fuchs, low and driven. Demi was the target on the penalty spot. You can see they're working that cutback Olympic, but Mount Druitt seem to know what's coming. It's an extended spell of controlled possession for Olympic. Can they make it count? O'Toole. Quick check of the shoulder from Armson. Goes through a couple. Looking to bustle his way through the traffic. Turned over. And Kimura plays it up to Morita. A cheeky flick. Comes to nothing, and Parkhouse didn't get back in time. That roll out of play. Olympic can reset. And the danger here with Mount Druitt is that they sink in too much into their defensive shape. And whilst they have been defending well, for the last 10 minutes or so, they've basically handed the ball to Olympic and asked them to break them down. But whether they could sustain another half an hour of this pressure and walk away with the win is a different question for the side that's conceded the second most in the competition. They've definitely been defending well so far. There's no question about that. Meanwhile, here is Qual looking for an answer. He might come back here for Clark. The attack is a dud for Olympic. Seth Clark tees it up for O'Toole. Now Mount Druitt might think about a counter. Jackson Brown keeps it moving. A strong challenge on Massarola. They might come back and look at that. Morita. Majok turns in the area. Now with Morita. Deflected, back post. Oh, Stanish Floody was waiting, and it took the slightest of touches on its way through, I think. Now Olympic, now it's starting to really open up. This will favour Olympic, you'd think. Fuchs getting to the byline in search of Cyrus Demi. And now they might come back and look at that challenge a bit earlier, and I think it's going to be Connor O'Toole, potentially. Whether or not he receives a warning or even a caution is up for debate here, and I think it's a case of mistaken identity because the referee's walking over to Pecora. And so the substitute goes into the book. Olympic in search of something. A goal is needed soon. In it goes towards Demi. Gordon puts it back in. And Miski again has been solid in his work. Now Machok is racing forward. Morita and Kimura ahead. He goes to Kimura. Flanked by Belcardi. Kimura goes, and a big right paw to it by Jack Gibson. Game is starting to really open up now. I wonder if that does favour Olympic with the extra pace they have up front. Mount Druitt will be keen on slowing the game down and just limiting any momentum that Olympic do have. Morita launches it back post. Majok looking to knock it back into the area in search of Montero. Comes to nothing and cleared up into the sky. Demi nods it backwards. Now it's at the feet of Clark. Fantastic challenge by Morita. He's had to really work today, has Yuta Morita. Hasn't really had too much by the way of strikers' chances, but the work rate has been clear to see for the new signing. O'Toole has the step on Rankin. Numbers streaming forward for Olympic. O'Toole, well read by the Rangers defence. They knew that Olympic wanted the cutback there. And another attack is diffused by the visitors. Armson had his pocket picked. Marita is taken out in back play potentially. Advantage is played again. That might be another one for the referees to look at. Stanic Floody looking between the lines, but didn't come off. Parkhouse. Stanic Floody quickly behind him, was careful not to foul. Now here is Clark. Olympic content to play on. Massarola will just knock it out of play potentially. Eventually Stanic Floody does so as well, and there's a man down in back play. It looks like it is Yuta Marita. And immediately Garang Awak has gotten off the bench and might be set to come on here. His 24th appearance of the season for Garang Awak. Started 6 games, he's had to play the super sub role and now gets an opportunity here to try and make his mark. Yet to score this season. 31-year-old. Also coming on is Thomas Lopez, who has scored this season. So a couple of more. Awak will go into midfield to steal things up alongside Jackson Brown and Massarola. Looks like he's gone out to the wing potentially as well, so a bit of a reshuffle. Majok has gone to the second striker role. They might be set to play a 4-4-2 here. It looks like Mount Druitt with Lopez and Majok, the front two. The wide players Kimura and Awak, and the double pivot of Massarola and Jackson Brown. So if that changes anything to go by, they will be sitting in their shape, the Rangers, and relying on the fresh legs of their front two to get them home in attack. Quick check of the shoulder from Jackson Brown. Knows he has some room to work with. Massarola looking for that killer pass to Marito. And Pecora was at full stretch to deny him. Fuchs. Clean defending by Massarola. What a workmanlike game he has had today. Thomas Lopez, another former academy player, formerly of the Western Sydney Wanderers, where he had 2 stints there, either side of going to St George City and then Hills United. Finds himself in another relegation battle this season. Clark will create some separation. Demi. Parkhouse. Clark is offside, and again another frustrating attack comes to an end for Sydney Olympic by the way of the offside flag. The Rangers can just slow things down and catch a bit of a breather after defending for the best part of the last 15 minutes. Jock might be in here with Ziggy Gordon chasing, and Gordon was shoved at the back by Majok, and that was a corner otherwise for the Rangers. Gordon has found Qual between the lines. Pecora is the man they were looking for on the overlap. Clark. His touch will invite a bit of pressure from Majok. Parkhouse. They've done well to find him again. Seth Clark with a good pass. Here is Parkhouse. Was looking for Armson off the shoulder and was shoved in the back in the process, much to the frustration of the Mount Druitt Town Rangers, but it will be a free kick in a golden position here. You can see it's right on that 20-metre line. Tank Qual has his fingerprints all over this ball. A man who can hit them and scored from the penalty spot last week. See, he's the one placing the ball. Of course, it is a slightly patchy surface at times here at Belmore, so you've got to make sure that you don't accidentally put it in a ditch. Parkhouse is standing over it as well, but I think this angle favours the right foot of Ten Qual. 4 in the wall and 1 behind here for Niski. Rangers need to defend Olympic with 20 minutes to go. In search of their first goal to give them all the momentum. So will it be Parkhouse or Qual? It's Ten Qual. The wall does its job and deflects it safely into the arms of Dylan Niski. So Mount Druitt have been very good defensively. As mentioned, they're not a great defensive side by any means. That's why they find themselves in the position they're in, but it doesn't matter whether it's been a set piece, open play, cutbacks, long balls over. They have just really done well to lock Olympic out. Ziggy Gordon. Second ball is well won by Clark or Future other, and they can't keep it together. Going to be another goal kick, another time for the Rangers to just take the sting out of any momentum. It's been a thoroughly professional performance by the Rangers so far. Black goes up for it. It was only Bosniak that won the header. Chance brewing here for the Rangers. They'll get another corner. Exactly what they want. Ball out of play, ball down the other end of the pitch, and another minute or so off the clock potentially. Stanic Floody will jog over to take. Third here. You think should see all 3 points heading out west for the Rangers. Stanic Floody, that in-swinging left foot to deliver. Numbers in the 6-yard area here for the Rangers. In it goes, and well dealt with. It's going to come down. And Pele tried his luck, got a spectacular strike, but to use an old footballing cliche, that's a real central defender's finish. He was well within his rights to take it. Set up well, and he got good connection with it, just couldn't find the radar. Time having to sweep things up and won't be able to prevent the corner. Fuchs doing his job to pressure, and it looks like Lavina Halidi might be going back to his bench soon. A couple of subs just walking over. One has made his way over now. We'll get confirmation for that in just a moment. Meanwhile, Olympic have an attacking corner. And the referee's just told the Rangers players, Jackson Brown and Kimura, to take things back a little bit, and well, the Rangers have pinched it here. That didn't quite work from Olympic. Now they can burst forward. Majok is getting forward, and they recognise they don't have the numbers, so they switch it out wide. It's asking a lot of Stanic Floody, who won't get there ahead of Qual. He now goes back to his keeper. Kimura onto the chest of Majok. That could have been something good for a brief moment. Fuchs. Montero and Pele. Massarola. Gordon. It's found Connor O'Toole in acres of space. There is space on the wings on this wider Belmore Sports Ground pitch. Looks like we'll see Bailey Callahan into the fold very soon. That pass forward is taken out, and Miski waits for Demi to press in. And the crowd's starting to get a little restless here at Belmore Sports Ground. They know that this is a game that could have put them into the six for a side that has been top six quality at times this season. They've been a very solid team. It's just been about the week-to-week consistency, especially against some of the sides on the lower end of the table. And meanwhile, that substitution will now come through. So Bailey Callahan will replace. We'll wait for that in just a moment. But meanwhile, looks like Stanish Floodie's on the ground as well. So Callahan will replace Cyrus Demi as an attacking change, and see how that shakes things up. Demi has had opportunities, but they haven't been able to find him in behind the Rangers' defence as much as they would have perhaps liked. And other than that, he's been asked to do a lot of work in the air.
Substitution for Sydney Olympic. Coming off, number 9, Cyrus Demi. And he was replaced by number 16, Bailey Callahan.
So Stanish Floodie is set to be replaced as well. And Shaden Sampao. The 22-year-old. Started 10 first grade games this season. It's his 18th appearance, so his 8th off the bench. So he gets his opportunity now to try and see out this game. 15 minutes to go. Plus, you'd think around 3 or 4 minutes at least of stoppage time in what is a crucial game at both ends of the table. A reminder that on the live ladder, as things sit, Mount Druitt are still bottom, but they're now level on points with the Western Sydney Wanderers and only 1 point behind Central Coast Mariners. And even 3 points behind Sutherland. There's only 3 points separating the bottom 4 at the moment. Awak gets past the first man. Massarola. Cole went to ground. Majok is told to chase that one, but now he's going to work his way around the defence with Pecora on the ball. Parkhouse. Clark, who has had to drop deeper than he did in the first half to get involved. Haven't seen as much of him working his magic in the final third as we might have become accustomed to. Meanwhile, Armstead has picked up the ball in a good position for that risky pass forward in search of a great reward. Now Lopez has it. Now Will Rankin. Montero. Sampao. Gordon. Cole gets his body in a good position and can take it the other way. Clark goes to Cora, and 77 minutes gone. Here at Belmore, it has stayed 2-0 since the halftime break. The Rangers have defended well. They've probably given Olympic at least 60% possession, but so far have nothing to show for it. Qual. Searching speculative ball, and that's exactly what Mount Druitt will be after. The sub is coming. Looks like it could be Michael Vakis, who the juniors in the crowd were clamouring for just a couple of minutes ago. A winger who can try and create some havoc with just over 10 minutes of regulation time to play. Awak pokes it forward, up to Majok. Lopez has Jackson Brown at the top of the box. Now he finds him. Jackson Brown already with 2 goal contributions today. Parkhouse's pass is blocked, and they'll have to build out from the back again, but Quall has to be alert to Majok hunting for the ball. O'Toole can take the space given to him. Olympic, another attack going their way. How will the Rangers respond? Cutting inside. Pele got his hands out of the way. No real meaningful shouts. Callahan strike. Kimura has Lopez and Majok ahead of him. Sam Powell passes behind Kimura. He has to move it to Jackson Brown, and now the space is opened up on the right for Will Rankin. I haven't seen him get forward too much since he came on at half-time. That's how much the Rangers have been defending. Jackson Brown goes to ground on the challenge from Quall, but it was won cleanly, and then Jackson Brown left something late in there. And so Vakis will come on now, much to the delight of the Olympic juniors. He gets his chance in place of Adam Parkhouse. And there's 10 minutes to try and make a difference and try and get a point or three for Sydney Olympic, which would put them closer or even in the top six if they can walk away from this one with 3 points. It is proving to be an almighty task. Thompson. Olympic can go forward. They've got numbers to work with. Michael Vakis is waiting for it. Instead, it's with Callahan teeing it up for Clark. Now they move it wide. The shot was always over, and Ryan Fuchs is disappointed with that effort. And another attack falls by the wayside for Sydney Olympic. That's been the story of this second half. As the Rangers are only 10 minutes plus stoppages away from a crucial 3 points and their first win against Olympic since 2021. O'Toole going quickly on the sideline. He has the step and he can create numbers forward. A whack goes in, and that's a terrible challenge, I have to say. Agricultural from Gurang Awak. And he was late, he didn't get the ball, and the substitute goes into the book, and I don't think there's too many complaints about that one. He knew he didn't get too much there. Presents a good crossing opportunity here for Olympic to work with. What do they have here? A goal here would be timely. Here comes the delivery. Gordon is up for it. It might just fall for someone in the Olympic box, and Awak was poking at it and eventually clears at the second attempt. Armson's cross was good. Gordon keeps the attack alive with Vakis. The flag will stay down for him. It might just fall kindly here, and another great block by Rocco Pele on Ryan Fuchs, and didn't Dylan Niski love that? It was actually Callahan who had the strike, but the defence from the Rangers has just been exceptional. That is not the first time that one of Montero or Pele has put in a challenge like that to stop a certain goal. Clark puts it in 6-yard area. It's bouncing around. It's with Ted Quall. Caught that too sweetly there. It blazed over the bar and has gone into the residential flats behind Belmore Sports Ground. I think the referee has just had a word to Dylan Niski about hurrying things up a little bit, but it's very hard to pick a player of the game for the Mount Druitt Town Rangers. Caleb Jackson-Brown should be on there, perhaps with the 3 points for his goal and the assist, but then I think the 2 and the 1. Montero and Rocco Pele have had fantastic games, especially considering Pele has played the best part of 50 minutes on a yellow card. Montero has also been on a booking for quite a while now, for at least 20 or 30. And they've kept it very clean at the back and could be looking for a clean sheet. Meanwhile, Awak is bustling forward. Still at the feet of him, and he slides out to Abraham Majok. Pecora, not in a hurry. Whether they go to the corner here is a conversation for Mount Druitt. They'll keep it down there and just play patiently. No need to lump it into the box. And Majok has lost it. March numbers forward. 6 minutes to go. Plus extras here at Belmore Sports Ground. What can Olympic do in the dying embers of this? 2-0 down. Facing a resolute Mount Druitt defence. Vakis gets all tangled up with Shaden Sampow, and he had his arms out asking what the foul was for, but you could see he pulled back Michael Vakis as he was looking to make his way around him. So Seth Clark will deliver. His last corner was a good one. John Azar is waiting in the wings for the Rangers to be subbed on. Clark. What can Olympic do here? The rain has started to fall here at Belmore Sports Ground. Clark, back post. It's a good ball. Niski comes, doesn't get anything. Awak heads it out of play. As the rain begins to sprinkle, I wonder how that impacts the pitch. It's going to create a bit more extra zip. What can Olympic do here? It's towards the near post. Oh, it's almost an own goal. Rocco Pele had to get his angles right there. It looked like for a brief moment he might have flicked that towards his own net, but he's kept it out of play. They have another quarter to defend. The barrage continues from Olympic towards Gordon, and now they find the back of the net. Exactly what they were after from the super sub Michael Vakis, and there is plenty of time for Sydney Olympic to go out and get an equaliser. Michael Vakis has done his job from the bench. And now momentum is all with Sydney Olympic. A fan favourite around here, Michael Vakis. His third of the season. And now the crowd is up and about here at Belmore. We're set for a grandstand finish. It was always going to be difficult for the Rangers to hold Olympic out under so much pressure for so much of the second half. And finally their defence has been breached. Clark. Now things get interesting for Olympic. They have 4 minutes of regular time, plus you'd think potentially another 4 of stoppages. That is more than enough time. And now Sampow has to be careful here. Picks up the card, and he was lucky to walk away without a yellow for the first challenge, so the second is duly deserved. But good football by Cora to get the other side of his man. And now Armson is standing over this set piece. More subs are waiting for the Rangers. Azar has been stationed on the sideline for a little while. The Olympic juniors sensing their first grade side. They're not far away from a comeback, an important one at that, which would keep them, if they are to get a point, within 1 point of Sydney United 58, just right behind them. 3 puts them into the top 6 for the first time in a long while. Armson, low and driven. Cora puts it back into the mixer. Only as far as Lopez, and now Mount Druitt have numbers forward potentially. Armson takes no chances. Gordon nods it forward, as does Montero back to his own keeper. And Niski will let it roll down all the way to him. All eyes are on the clock, as much as they are on the game here at Belmore Sports Ground. It's been a great contest. Olympic have certainly deserved a goal. There's no doubting that. All their domination has finally paid off, and the question remains, what do Mount Druitt have in them to stop what looks like a final onslaught? So now that change comes through. John Azar will replace Yuta Kimura. His first goal for the club is the difference right now.
Substitution for Mount Druitt. Yuta Morita.
Now they go forward. The goal here would be the dagger for the Rangers. Majok is trying to force his way past his former teammates. Awak is there to help him out. Now it's Olympics' turn to get forward. Callahan, they found him further forward. Pele has to be careful here, as does Montero. They're both on yellows. Montero, his arms are in the way. Vakis has that crucial goal into the final minute of the 90 here. All eyes on the fourth official. As mentioned, there's no board. And Rocco Pele with some no-nonsense defending sends that back all the way down to Jack Gibson. The Rangers defence can reset in their 2 blocks of 4. Have breached once a couple of minutes ago. Can Olympic do it again to keep themselves within 1 point of the 6? Fuchs is brought down. They'll launch everyone forward here. The 90 has expired. Now at the discretion of our referees. Everyone but Pecora and Gibson are in an attacking position here for Sydney Olympic. Ten Kuol stands over the free kick. What do they have? Is there more late drama here for Sydney Olympic? Kuol. Niski has his wall set. There's only a couple of them there. Kuol hangs it up. Headed forward, but no real purchase behind it. And the whack gets the call of keeper from Niski. And it'll be more seconds, valuable ones at that, for the Mount Druitt Town Rangers. Niski will take his time and launch this one forward, looking to get real distance on this. Now Majok might be trying to get in behind here. Has forced Bosniak to play that out. Azar was doing well to pressure. And I think the signal has been given to the bench as it's 5 minutes of time added on, which means we have 3.5 at minimum to go. You think Olympic might get 1 or 2 opportunities to try and make something happen. Just not 100% on how much time is added left. We have no confirmation, of course. Pecora up to Vakis. Shows Sampaio a clean set of heels. It could burst forward. Michael Vakis, clean challenge by Sampaio. Did really well to recover. Olympic look to go quickly. They don't want this Rangers defence to set back with 11 behind the ball. But now they force them back. Gibson takes his man, has to be careful. And now launches it forward, but it's only on the head of a Mount Druitt player. Lopez. Azar and Lopez. Mount Druitt lose it though. 2.5 gone past the 90. Sampaio good in the air. Lopez was looking for Majok. Kuol and Majok battling for that ball. It's Kuol who comes out on top, and Majok was dragging all of his shirt there. And now the foul goes against him. You can see he was looking to just slow him up. And I think Majok is going to pick up the card here potentially, or he's just been given a warning. Bosniak. What is left of this tired Mount Druitt defence? Can they defend one more attack? Vakis was at the back post, but it was over him. Azar just looking for anywhere that isn't Mount Druitt's half right now. They'll defend yet again. Wave after wave of Olympic attack in the second half. And so far it's just the 1 goal. Michael Vakis' 3rd of the season. Quoll. You can see there's basically 8 in the defensive, 7 in the defensive line for Mount Druitt right now. Vakis couldn't get on the end of the pass. It might just fall kindly for Callaghan. Still with Bailey Callaghan. A whack is in the way. More good scramble defence from the Rangers. Back with Quoll. And now they poke it home. A much clearer defensive effort that time. Gordon. Bosniak. Drives forward. Lopez went down, didn't get anything. And Quoll. Ball into the area. Cleared away by Sampao. Massarola has to be careful he doesn't get caught. He has been by O'Toole. Fuchs is looking for O'Toole. Has found O'Toole. Vakis was there on the penalty spot. And the Rangers defenders were trying to get back on the goal line there. And in the end, they did enough to clear it away before it got to Michael Vakis. And now it's all 11 in the box for Sydney Olympic, including Jack Gibson. They know they need this point. Armson to deliver. What do Olympic have? The 95th minute of the game. Armson puts it in towards the penalty spot. Niski comes only as far as Seth Clark. Lofts it back into the area. Cleared only as far as Ziggy Gordon. Cries of handball, but the arm was certainly near the shoulder. Pecora gets caught on it. Gibson has to get back quickly. Clean challenge, and now they can go forward. And it'll be Mount Druitt ball. And full time at Belmore Sports Grounds. A huge set of 3 points for the Mount Druitt Town Rangers. It's their first win against Sydney Olympic in 4 years. And what a time to get it. And now things have turned ugly here at full time. But it's the Rangers that are going to be heading west. The happier of the two teams. And ugly scenes to what was otherwise a very competitive game and a hard-fought game between two teams. And a fantastic first half pays off for the Mount Druitt Town Rangers. Goals to Caleb Jackson-Brown and Yuta Kimura get the job done. Michael Vakis made it interesting late with his goal, which gave Olympic time for a comeback. But in the end, the Rangers' defence held solid. And they are not out of it just yet. Do not count out the Mount Druitt Town Rangers. A huge set of 3 points to make up ground on their relegation rivals. A fantastic game to close out round 24 of the NPL New South Wales men's competition. I've been Will Constantine. It's a pleasure to bring you this one from Belmore. We'll see you back soon next weekend for more NPL men's action.